Hi everybody, it's Nigel Parkinson here from Altor. I head up global sales and account management. You join us on a beautiful spring day here in the UK, which is great, set against very difficult times at the moment. So this is part of a series of very short videos we're running to give a snapshot from our staff internally, from our partners, from our friends, suppliers in the industry, to understand what's happening from their point of view. So today I'm really pleased to be joined by Susan Lancaster. Susan heads up in the EMEA region, partner management for Travel Leaders Network, very much a global brief. And I'm sure most of you know Altor is part of the Travel Leaders family. So thank you for joining us today, Susan. And a couple of questions for you. Can you just give us a flavor of what sort of questions, concerns that the partners and maybe your clients are coming to you with at the moment, and what actions is your team taking on the back of that?
Sure. Yeah, no problem at all, Nigel. And thank you so much for inviting me to talk about the partner network. So some of the key questions that our customers are asking our partners is, what happens to our service if your business completely closes? And how will we get our travelers back home if they're stuck? Or even though we're not traveling as much today, what's going to happen when all of this is over and business starts to pick up? Will you still have enough staff to service us? Questions like that. So obviously the partners are asking travel leaders, what are you doing with how are you answering those questions across the world? So one of the things we've been doing with the partners is building business continuity plans. We have these in place contractually with the partners anyway, but usually it's under normal circumstances, as if there's a fire in the office or there's a power outage.
Right.
Obviously, the circumstances we're in at the moment are really unusual. So what we've been doing is buddying up each partner office in one country with another country. And to give you an example, we buddied up the islands office with you in the UK, Nigel, the Altor office. And this is to make sure if, for whatever reason, Ireland can't continue to operate, then we can service the customers for the Irish partner through the UK office.
Right.
And if you replicate this across 90 plus other countries around the world, it's just being able to give customers a degree of comfort that we are thinking about these things, and if they happen, this is what will happen. We will trigger a task force that will transfer the service to somewhere else. Obviously today, most of the offices are working from home virtually. So it's everything is being delivered as customers would expect. So that's one of the key things customers are asking us, and that's understandable, quite rightly. One of the other key questions partners are asking us is, how will we be able to survive if business stops completely? And I can tell you, in some markets, business is down 98%. And all the flurry of the refunds has pretty much stopped now. And of course, in some countries, and we're very fortunate in the UK as one of those countries, there has been some government intervention to support businesses. And this has happened actually in an awful lot of countries, more than you would imagine, even in countries in Africa and countries in Asia. But some countries don't have that help. So what we've been doing is trying to help our partners work through some more proactive things they could be doing for the future. And as an example, putting out some special offers for future bookings and making them so that the population only has to put £1 or $1 deposit for a future booking in like 9 months' time. And of course, none of us know what that's going to look like, but it's a way of being a little bit more proactive rather than sitting and waiting for something to happen to you. And this has been well received. And centrally, travel leaders have done a huge amount of work with cruise lines and suppliers to help the commission process be changed. That means commissions not being clawed back off some of the partners.
Right.
So things like that, Nigel.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's great. Well, thank you very much for that, Susan. And there's so much we can get into, and those people that are seeing this, either the Travel Leaders LinkedIn or the Altor LinkedIn, fire questions through to us. We can come back to Susan, maybe introduce some of the global partners as well, and keep the conversation going. So thanks very much, Susan, and thanks
My
for
pleasure.
watching this. Bye-bye.
Thank you, and thank you so much for inviting me.
All right, bye-bye.